Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is James Wanjohi. I'm with the Branson School of Entrepreneurship in Joburg. Our discussion is on highlighting the missing middle. And basically what the discussion tries to address is, in the emerging markets, we realize there's a gap within the financing area that addresses the missing middle, which is you can look from the company size or the finance size, which on the left side, the company size tries to address companies that are employing between 100 people and 250 people, whereas on the other side, on the capital side, is companies that require anything between $500,000 to $1 million. Now, what's the real challenge here we find is that on the microfinance side, at the lower end of the pyramid, we've got a lot of finance that addresses that area. And on the large corporation side, there's a lot of banks and private equities. However, the missing middle where the small, medium enterprises are, there's a lack of financing, and we really are facing challenges in the emerging markets. Now, we've sort of defined a food chain to define, why is it that we're having a challenge with the missing middle. The microfinance basically addresses companies that hire 1 or 2 people. At the very top, bottom, we have big companies that hire many people. However, at the middle, we don't have companies in emerging markets that have the size and quantum to create jobs and create opportunities. Now, why is the missing middle important? We see that as a space that creates jobs, promotes wealth, and sort of addresses the biggest issues around wealth creation and enterprise growth. Now, around the block, we've got issues that we've seen around micro issues that create challenges around developing the missing middle, and macro issues. On the SME side, we've got SMEs who are not trained, who don't have the skill, who don't have access to finance, who on the other side, we realize that we might also have some SMEs that are running but don't have or are not being showcased well enough to be positioned as the next next businesses for growth. So as this initiative, what we've come across together is decide to focus on that area, especially at this time when we're having financial crisis, to see whether as a collective of young global leaders, we actually can come up with ideas of either creating SME funds that support SMEs, or creating collective people who have SME knowledge that can come in to give SME support and help develop the next generation of successful middle-sized entrepreneurs. We're working with institutions like Endeavor, who are already in that space, who are showcasing entrepreneurs who are high impact and showing the successes of actually developing small, medium entities to priming them for bigger investments and growing them to become the next industrial giants. So together as a collective with other YGLs from Africa, we're hoping that we can all come together, put in our knowledge, see how we can leverage the power and knowledge of being part of the World Economic Forum to help grow entrepreneurs in emerging markets. Some of the things we realize that are important: mentorship is very important. It's very important to get people who are already in successful businesses to mentor younger and smaller businesses to enable the financial growth over time. So to collectively, as a YGL group, for the emerging markets, we're hoping that we can pull together, work together, bring all our expertise, our knowledge around financial markets, enterprise development, all the issues around supporting entrepreneurs. And one of the questions that we asked ourselves, had we got people like Bill Gates or Bill Clinton born in Africa, would they have been successful as they are? And the answer has been no. So what can we do as young global leaders to help change this space? Thank you.